Roll call, please.
Mayor D'Amato,
Here.
Councilman Del Ripa,
Here.
Graziano,
Here.
Hudson,
Here.
Julian. Here. Yazdi,
Here.
Okay, we also have our municipal clerk, Brianna Smith, business administrator, Michael Sondermeyer, and borough attorney, Dawn Sullivan. This is a special meeting that was called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Notice of this meeting was advertised in the Herald News on December 17, 2021. Notices were also transmitted to the Record and Star Ledger on December 14, 2021. In addition, copies of this notice were posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, displayed on the borough webpage, filed in the office of the municipal clerk on the aforementioned date. Notice on the bulletin boards have remained continuously posted, proper notice having been given. The municipal clerk is hereby directed to include this statement in the minutes of the meeting. Minutes of this meeting reflect the purpose of which the meeting was called. Per state fire code, I'm required to acknowledge that there are 2 emergency exits in this council chambers, the main entrance which you entered through, and a secondary exit to the left of where I am seated. If there's an emergency, walk orderly to the exit through the door, down the stairs, and out the building. If there's any questions, please raise your hand. Seeing none, can I have a motion to open up early public comment, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come up, state your name and address.
I have a question for the executive session you said, part of the agenda that discussed.
No, 'cause that's private.
I'll do it at the end.
Okay? All right, seeing no motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have one order of special business. We have a council person vacancy appointed for the unexpired term, which is mine. Pursuant to the NJSA 40A 16-11, a Democratic committee has submitted 3 names to the municipal clerk. Bree, can you just read those names?
So upon the vacancy of the council seat, the Democratic Committee had submitted a letter to me dated December 8th, received December 9th, naming 3 names to fill the council seat, Dominic Catalano, Bernard Broom, and Mark Crum. For the 3 nominees.
Okay, I'm asking for a nomination of Dominic Catalano.
I make a motion to accept that.
I second.
Roll call, please.
Del Ripa,
Yes.
Graziano,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Julian,
Yes.
I was told yes.
you can abstain. Yazdi,
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the motion passes. I'm going to ask Dominic, his wife Allison, and his daughter Skylar to please meet me at the front of the dais. Incorrect. Because I take over immediately upon the election being certified, and I've already been sworn in. Because you have a process to follow, you have to submit the names to the county committee. And then we're at the end of that process. And once the county committee submits their name to the clerk, it has to come before it. This is really what the special meeting was called for, because there's a timetable that we had to meet.
Pursuant to statute, as soon as the results are.
It's NJSA 4816. I mean, it's listed here. It's like -5 and -6.
Pull it up. Pursuant to statute, as soon as the results to
after it was certified, or the day it was certified. It gives me pleasure to introduce Simon to you. Our town has gone through a lot of change in the past
I'm ready.
year and a half. Never in my life did I expect to be the mayor of Bloomingdale. It's funny because I say stuff to my really good friends and they just go, wow. But it's an honor for me to be the mayor, and it's an honor for me to have Dominic come aboard and replace my council seat on the council. And I know he will work hard. He's a smart man. He has a young family, so you're invested in Bloomingdale. So we welcome you. I'm sure the town will welcome you. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I should do is thank my wife and daughter for coming out. It's a toddler to him for any scenario, especially at a council site.
So they're there, or glad you're there now.
Thank you. So first, I'd like to thank the mayor and the council for your vote of confidence. That means a lot. I also want to thank the local Democratic Committee for their nomination. I believe it speaks to our local community's balance and vision for Bloomingdale's future to nominate a young moderator like myself for the growing family. In office, I intend to take an extremely pragmatic and technical approach to all my decisions, as I do in my professional life as an engineer. And most of all, I seek to make myself approachable and available to the entirety of the Bloomingdale community. I truly look forward to serving Bloomingdale and raising my family here for many years to come in a town that I can be proud of for as many years. So thank you all very much for the opportunity to serve you. Yes.
Your seat. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, may I address this question?
Bye, Skylar.
Ms. Huntley? The statute is NJSA 40A:16-21. It's entitled Time for Taking Office. It states in part, all appointees to fill a vacancy, whether to fill the unexpired term or temporarily, shall take office immediately after appointment and qualifications. All persons elected to serve for the unexpired term of an office shall take office immediately upon certification of the results of the election pursuant to the provisions of NJSA 19:20-9. That certification is from the chairman of the Board of Elections of the county. You're welcome.
Okay, before we go any further, just to let the council know and the public know, before we go into this executive session, there will be no discussion on the attorney-client privilege of the mere tract. I spoke to Fred this afternoon. There isn't any update at this point. So I'm going to remove that from the agenda because we will be discussing that on the 28th, because we introduced an ordinance at the last meeting to be dealt with on the 28th of December. So that subject will come up on the 28th.
Question for Dawn, do we have to vote on tabling that since it's a special meeting?
No, it can just be, it can just be removed. It was just a topic for executive session.
Yeah. Well, there was nothing going to be decided coming out, and just on either matter, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it was just going to be an update on the
Yeah, and there's-
status, and since there is no update.
Okay?
John?
Yes.
May I, before we get into a little bit of business, first I want to say congratulations to you and congratulations to Dominic. But I also did want to tell everybody, because these dates are going to be coming before our next meeting, that they're, and I know COVID sites are getting very busy right now. The county has come up with Wednesdays and Thursdays, December 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Passaic County Community College in Wanacue, the Wanacue campus, for anyone that needs to get tested. They still are offering at-home testing kits, but you do need to order it. It gets mailed to you, and then you mail it back out again. So that does take a little bit of extra time. Our local businesses are getting very busy. Our CVS's, Rite Aids, downtown. So please utilize as best you can our county sites when you can.
Okay. Okay. And people can start scheduling their booster shots and doing all that stuff, right?
Yeah, booster shots can get done locally. They can also get done through Passaic County Community College. It's honestly easier for most folks to just hit our local businesses. We've got, the Rite Aid. We have the pharmacy downtown. So, yeah.
And most of them have both.
Oh, and Walmart, yes.
Walmart, and also the pharmacy up by the Stop and Shop, they have both type up there. That's where I got mine, and didn't
Yeah.
even need an appointment, just went up.
But I will say Hometown has been wonderful, and they have everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say they do not have testing kits. So if you're going to go there, we called today, they don't have testing kits.
Okay? Okay. Item B, Resolution 2021-12-1, authorizing the transfer of 2021 appropriations. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Roll call.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Julian?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Delariva?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 2021-12.2, accept notice of retirement and authorize exit agreement for Ron Frost, Lieutenant Frost. Do I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Second.
Can I do an all in favor of that, or do I need a?
Just do roll call.
Okay, roll call.
Hudson?
Yes.
Julian?
Yes.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Delariva?
Yes.
Construction official. This person is Lisa Whitman. She's replacing Jennifer Fulman, who we originally hired and had another job opportunity. So she decided to go in that direction, and through the interview process, Lisa was another good candidate, number 2. Okay, can I have a motion for that?
So moved.
Roll call.
Julian? Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Delariva?
Yes.
Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Okay. Resolution 2021-12.4, hiring a full-time municipal court administrator, Lachelle Lenore. Am I pronouncing that right? Correct?
so.
Can I have a motion for that? That is to replace our Phyllis, our municipal court clerk, court administrator, who's retiring as of December 31st.
Excuse me, John, I should have asked this before the last vote, but I'm assuming these hires, I'm sorry, the previous people were full-time as well, correct?
Yes, yes.
Thanks.
Do I have a motion for number E?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call.
Yazdi?
Yes.
Catalano?
Yes.
Delariva? Graziano?
Yes.
Hudson?
Yes.
Julian?
Yes.
Okay. Listed this here.
Yeah.
Can I go right to the public comment?
You can, yeah, you can take lead on, and then go into executive.
Okay. Okay, before we go into executive session, I'm going to open up the floor for late public comment. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come up.
Linda Huntley, 86 Van Dam Avenue. I'm going to be recording this portion of the meeting myself, even though I know you also record it, so that I can play it back to residents of Bloomingdale that are interested as to what the representatives on this council have been doing. The mayor and council have decided to have the borough attorney prepare and send to Judge Brogan a letter brief requesting the court's approval to modify the original order that required Tilcon to excavate and prepare the 33 acres for the affordable housing on Federal Hill, and to permit, as a present, an unknown developer to build 426 housing units as opposed to the previously approved 360 units, provide concessions and incentives to the developer of reduced sewer fees of $900,000, and giving them a pilot program, which is payment in lieu of taxes. For those who are not aware what a pilot program is, it permits the mayor and council to negotiate with the developer as to what they will pay, and no payments will be made to the schools or the county. This will significantly reduce the amount of taxes that they will pay. The mayor and council all know that this has been a contentious development from the beginning. However, there was an agreement to have Hillcom prepare the property for building, which was going to reduce the development cost for a builder, and the development was going to be limited to 360 units. But the mayor and council has decided to change the agreement and bypass any public input and any concerns from the planning board by going directly to the judge with their decision to release Tilcon from their responsibility to excavate and prepare the property for the housing development, to have increased housing units, and to permit a reduction in water and sewer fees, and to have a pilot program. The mayor and council are supposed to be our representatives in government. This mayor and council have taken it upon themselves to provide Tilcon with a pass on providing what was agreed upon, and to negotiate with an unknown developer and provide them with the ability to build excessive density housing and give them considerable financial incentives. The mayor and council have stated they believe this is a good deal. If that is so, why is everything being done behind closed doors? And why has the public and the planning board not been informed of this change? As our representatives, I would like to have you please provide with us why this should be done behind closed doors and why you have completely excluded the public and the planning board.
Well, in our meeting tonight, we're not discussing, that will be discussed on the 28th. You could bring back your concerns that night. This is a special meeting of what's on our agenda today to get Dominic to replace me. When it opens up to the public hearing on the 28th, the public will have time to come up and speak on behalf of, what you're saying here, and then we will discuss where we are at that point. I don't believe things were done behind closed doors. This council's been aware of everything that's going on.
When was it discussed with the public?
All right, we've done things several times. We did an ordinance back in March. And I'm not going to go into too much depth because we're getting out of, I don't think it really should be discussed at this meeting. It will be discussed at the next meeting. But we did an ordinance back in March, which you know about, where we changed the duties of Tilcon. of them going up there and making the property what you would call probably buildable. Just, I'll fill you in a little bit on that. When you sit down with Tilcon, they blast rock. That's what they do. Everybody knows that. We get phone calls weekly regarding that. Tilcon cannot bring it down to any suitable grade for a developer because the developer has to submit plans to make it to where they want it. Having Tilcon doing the work first and then a developer come in and looking at it, it might not fit what they want to do. So you're going to take rock down and you don't know what grade is. So that was a problem. So that's kind of why we went back at the ordinance back in, I think it was March, and we changed that. We've come a long way from there to today. And I don't really have much more to say other than that because we don't have any decisions that were made by the other part of the letter that you wrote.
And at that time, when that change was made, I had questioned the attorney about that. And he said, and I said that the reason why Tilcon was supposed to prepare the property was because we were told it was not developable unless it was prepared. And the comment made to me by the attorney at that time was, well, then it won't be developed, and that's not our problem. But now obviously it is because you're changing.
We're trying to get to where we need to be, and that's our job.
Okay, now, if the judge does approve the change, are you going to state that this is a court-ordered?
That would be under borough attorney guidance. I have
Is
to,
it court-ordered if the judge agrees to what the council has requested them to do?
Not making any comments on this.
That's not a question about whether it's not.
I'm not making any comments on
Okay,
this.
I guess it is court-ordered. And I'd like to know if
It's
you're
not
going to
what they
make it.
said.
I understand what you're saying. I'm saying what I'm saying. And I'd also like to know if you're going to make it clear that the judge has only made the change because you, the mayor and council, has requested that change.
we'll discuss that on the 28th under guidance from our attorney.
Okay, next question is,
I'm not an attorney, so I can't answer that question.
I would expect you to know what you're going to be doing.
I will on the 28th.
And are you going to allow the changes that are being made to the original agreement be adhered to if the planning board decides that they don't agree with what you're doing?
We'd have to wait for the guidance from the planning board and get their opinion on that. I can't talk for them.
Okay, if the planning board votes against this, are you going to override their vote?
I don't know that. I don't vote.
Are the council members going to override that vote? Ray, you can override it?
I'm not
We don't
going
know.
to
It's a
speculate
hypothetical.
on things that haven't
You
happened
can ask,
yet.
but we don't know. That's a hypothetical.
They don't have to answer.
They wouldn't answer anyway. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Linda Shortman, to West Shore Road. My question is, at what meeting of the mayor and council did you vote to request the judge to make a decision on these changes?
I don't know that date offhand. I don't know that.
Can somebody find that out and tell me? Is it in the minutes of a meeting somewhere?
We'd have to go back and look. I don't know that off the top of my head, Linda. I'll be honest with
Was
you.
it a month or two ago, or was it 5 months ago? Do you have any idea? Because the letter, when did this request go to the judge?
I don't have that information with me. I don't know that.
I don't know whether Mike or Brianna or you can get me that information from the
If we're able to
files.
give it out, I will talk to
Yeah.
our attorney and see.
I'd like to see the minutes that the vote was taken of the council and the motion and the date that happened.
Well, I'm sure you can submit an Oprah request to get that, right?
What?
You can get an Oprah request to get that?
Well, I have to know what to
Yeah.
Oprah request. The minutes are on the website.
Okay.
If it's in the minutes, I don't need to Oprah request.
Let's see what we can do.
I just need the information of when this vote took place,
Let me see what we can do.
okay? We understand that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Anybody else wanting to come up and speak? Seeing no one, motion to close?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We do have one matter in executive session. There will be nothing decided after that, so motion to adjourn the regular meeting and a Merry Christmas, and I'm sure we'll see some of you on the 28th. Enjoy the holiday.
Need a motion to go into
Yeah, I need a motion to go into exec.
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.